Writing an API is only half of the job. Proving it works is the other half. Today, I'll show you how to test your TypeScript REST API that uses MongoDB as a data storage with Jest, Supertest, and mongo-memory-server to create a fully isolated, realistic testing environment that you can trust. And if at any point the code feels a bit overwhelming, feel free to check out complete guides for Node.js and JavaScript that I linked in the description below. They're great not only if you're just getting started, but also if you're an experienced developer looking to refresh your skills or fill in a few knowledge gaps.
Another great feature of MongoDB is that it easily allows for testing. It has a package, MongoDB memory server, that we can use where we can put our database, Mongo database, in memory and run all the queries that we want to test if the data is recording in the database correctly. So all these requests that we are doing in API test.http file, we can actually automate. So let's go ahead and do just that. In order to do that, we're going to install several packages. It's going to be MongoDB memory server that I mentioned. The next will be Jest. Jest is our basically a test runner, right? It will allow us to run the tests. The Jest library will allow us to run Jest within TypeScript. Then we're going to install the types Jest and also the Supertest. And the Supertest library will allow us to actually make the requests, right, the same way this API client does the API test.http file. And all these dependencies need to be installed as a dev dependency. So let's add the flag -d. After the packages are installed, let's go ahead and create the Jest configuration file. In the root of our folder, let's create the file called jest.config.mjs, and we're going to put the following code in there. So we're going to export default. The preset will be tsjest, so we can run Jest in the TypeScript. The test environment will be Node. The roots will be src tests. That's where we're going to put our tests. We'll also have a transform, right, that we'll use with a tsjest to be able to run the TypeScript files. And then we'll have a test regex, so we'll have a regular expression to look for the tests in also __test__ directory, because it's usually a common directory where we put where the tests are put. Also, we're gonna look at the files that have test or spec extension and then says .ts, maybe ts, right? It's optional. And then we'll have module file extension of ts, js, json, and node. Next, let's go to the package.json file, and here in the scripts, we're going to add another script. This script will allow us to run the tests. It's going to be called test, and we're going to be running Jest. Next, we're also going to update tsconfig.json file. In the compiler options, we'll add another option, and this is going to be isolated modules true. So this option is for the Jest actually to run, with a ts node. So for some reason it complains and asks you to put isolated modules to true. The next option that we're gonna add will be an exclude option, and we just add it to the root of our config.json file. It's similar to include, but obviously it excludes files. So we're gonna say that we're gonna be excluding src tests files, all the files in the src test folder, or any other files that have .test.cs extension. The reason we're excluding these files from the compilation is because we're running TS Node, and TS Node will run our tests on the fly. So basically, we don't need these tests in our dist directory, right, when we deploy our application, for example, because, tests just add overhead. Next, let's create a tests folder in src directory of our project. In the tests folder, we're going to create a file called mongo-setup.ts. This is the file where we're going to be setting up the Mongo database, or MongoDB memory server in particularly. So we're going to import Mongoose from Mongoose, and then mongo-memory-server from mongo-memory-server. We will declare Mongo server as a type of mongo-memory-server. Next, we're going to call two functions, before all and after all. In the before all, we're going to pass it an async function that will create a Mongo server, and we're going to be using Mongo URI that our Mongo server will provide to us. And then we'll do the connect command so we can connect to the Mongo memory server. And then after all function, it will basically disconnect Mongoose from Mongo server, and then it will stop the Mongo server. So as you may have figured out, this before all and after all functions will be running before the tests and after the tests. Now let's create the tests themselves. But before we do it, if you're enjoying this video, please hit the like button and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. So in the tests folder, let's create another file called tasks.test.ts. And in this file, we're going to put a few tests. So it looks like we got a few TypeScript errors here, and the reason for that is because we're actually missing one more library. It is called types Supertest, right? Because these methods that we have and that are highlighted are called on the Supertest. So let's go ahead and install the types for the Supertest with npm install add types, and we'll put Supertest, and we'll put a D flag to install it as a dev dependency. Alright, the library is installed and the error went away. So let's go ahead and scroll all the way to the top of the file and go over a few tests. I put a lot of tests here, but I'm not going to go over every test. You can see the code for this test in the GitHub repository that I linked in the description below. So first we're going to import request from the Supertest. Then we're going to be importing Mongoose from Mongoose and Mongo setup that we just created. And then we're going to import the app from our server, and then import the task from the models task. And then before each test, we're going to run the function or method to delete the tasks, right? So our database is always clean. Next, we're going to describe our tests, right? It's going to be the test routes. And then in particularly, we're going to have tests for the getTasks method, right? And the first test will say it should return an empty array when no tasks exist, right? We're going to make a request using the Supertest and pass it the app. And then we're going to have a method getTasks, right? And the response from this call should be empty. So we're going to check that the status of the response is 200. And then the body, the tasks that are returned, will be an empty array. Next test will be it should return all tasks, right? We're going to create one task, create the second task, and then we're going to again make a request to get the tasks. We will check if the response status is 200, and then the body of task, we're going to have a length of 2 because we just created 2 tasks and we're getting 2 tasks out. We're going to make sure that ID of the task is defined, the name of the first task is defined, name of the second task is also defined. And the reason that we get task 2 before the task 1 is that the tasks are sorted by created at descending, means the newest tasks will be returned first. And then in the tasks.ts file, in the get method, we have created at -1, meaning that the newest tasks will be first in the array. Next, we have the test to be sure we're filtering tasks by name, case insensitive. Again, we're going to be creating 2 tasks. Then we're going to make a request, and now we're going to have a query string. The name is project, right? And then we assert that the status, again, returned is 200, and we only have 1 task, right? Because the filter got 1 task out of 2, and we're going to check that the name is complete project setup. So you can take a look at other tests that kind of have the similar pattern, right? We basically make a request with a Supertest, and then we assert the status and the body of the returned result. Now let's go ahead and try to run the tests, and we can do it with npm run test. And as you can see that the tests ran super fast because our database is in memory and all our tests are passing. And this is how easily you can test your REST API with Supertest and mongo-memory-server. But real-world applications need more testing than that. That's where unit tests and mocks come into play. If you would like to dive deeper into testing your application, please check out my ultimate guide to testing TypeScript Node.js app with Jest.